After about 6 months of being away, it does feel good to know that the Nigeria Premier Football League is back and better. Hello and welcome. The show is Sports Reel on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Bade Adeleye, and of course we're reaching you from the Mansa, that's the Moshood Abiola National Stadium here in Abuja. And of course, on the reel today, we'll be talking about the NPFL, which returned on Sunday with its curtain raiser against Akwa United and Bade Adeleye. And of course, we'll be telling you the latest when it comes to the campaign of the Under-20 team, that's the Flying Eagles, as they prepare for the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. And of course, we'll bring some regulars, including the behind the scenes when it comes to women's football in Nigeria, that's the Super Falcons show. These and many more on the show. Once again, you're welcome. Alright, straight to business. Let's begin with the Nigeria Premier Football League. Yes, it used to be called the Nigeria Professional Football League, but it's now the Nigeria Premier Football League. It returned on Sunday with the curtain raiser between Akwa United and Bade Adeleye. And I can tell you the match was live on the Nigerian Television Authority. And that's one of the things we'll be seeing in the new season, with all those matches live on NTA. So, the match ended 2-0 in favor of the visiting team, Bade Adeleye, and we saw so many good things about the return of the Nigeria Premier Football League. But in case you missed that encounter, we've got the highlights for you. Such a beautiful game there, seeing that and the away team won 2-0 very much away from home. Congratulations to Bade Adeleye. And of course, we do hope to see Akwa United, the 2021 champions, bounce back. And of course, The league is being run this season by the Interim Management Committee, which is being chaired by Bade Adeleye, and commendations have been pouring in for the job they've been able to do so far. So let's hear from the man how it has been so far for them.
You can see the very first match, you can see the officiating. Away team scoring 2 goals in the first half, unlike in the previous system where away team don't always get it right. Only teams win regularly.
Yeah.
We have already paid the referee before they start the game. So we promise and we deliver. All right, we said we'll be on TV today. Now we are live on TV, NTA. And by God's grace again, with NTA, because it's one of the capacity of what we have now, we're sure that some matches, not all matches, on league days will be shown live.
All right, enough said about the Nigeria Premier Football League now. Let's now take you behind the scenes when it comes to women's football in Nigeria. And if you know the drill, it is time for the MTN Super Falcons show, as Osereme Inebenebo is standing by for today's show.
Switch for Kanu. Kanu striding into the area, puts it in the upper corner. What a goal! Nigeria!
Award to the Nigeria Women's National Team.
Mono. And Bade! Nigeria have opened the scoring.
Game one.
Aye.
MTN. Game one.
Okay. Jay, you sabi play. Oh, yeah, make we play. You feel good for real life, but now game world we do. If you give me pass, I go give you both. Khaki no be leather, my body share you know. Oh yeah, aye. Oh yeah, MTN game world. Oh yeah, make we play. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Turn up unlimited fun on MTN Game World. Visit MTN Game World and enjoy over 700 games. No ads, no in-app payments. MTN, everywhere you go.
They are talking shit. What them no get me? See you for what's I put up my eyes, then shut my eyes, just go. I cry, offshore, got my dread love. I don't pray, Mohammed, I don't pray. Come and beg, I can't stand.
Still barred because of NIN? Visit the closest MTN office near you or scheduler.mtn.ng to book an appointment.
Payne goes over the head of Heidemanns, loose in the box. Buchanan can't Sinclair's got a wide open goal. She's going to try and chip. And it's in off the post. Christine Sinclair ties the match. 189 international goals. And Canada is level. Bade. And behind everybody, it bounces and it's in. They come into their own and know what they need to be in the World Cup. Sinclair and Leon, this is perfect, just a little bit too far in front. Sinclair chips off the bar near the line. Play continues.
I don't think anyone in that stadium thought.
Back for Becky, does well to stay onside. Now the cross comes. 4 people to claim it, headed on, and your equalizing goal!
That's the cross we're talking about, Adam. That's it right there. Lots of pace on it, and great finish.
Olympics. Pew. Another good-looking ball, and it is in! It may have been Nigeria who touched it last, but that setup had eyes for the back of the net. U.S. Lori Ogbonna looking for the switch for Kanu. Kanu striding into the area, puts it in the upper corner. What a goal! Nigeria! And snaps the shutout streak for the United States. Finish by Kanu, opens up, curls that in. What a great finish, and what a difference she's made in just these first 5.
Better competition. They've been playing. For Rapido.
But so then their matter.
Living up to the bar.
Dre. NTA Sports 24 brings you all sports, all time and all day. Tune in to watch NTA Sports 24 on Star Times Channel 270, Star Sat on Channel 434 and Free TV on Channel 731. NTA Sports 24, where sports thrive.
You're still watching Sports Reel on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Now let's talk about the Nigerian Under-20 football team, the Flying Eagles, as their camp is buzzing in Abuja after they began training on Monday evening. And of course, Suleiman Ove Musa was at their training to get us some visuals.
You can see now we have just started. This is the first training session of this phase, and what you see now, we just conditioned them, subjected them to some activities to identify those that are fit and those that are not fit. Then from there we know how to take it up. They are here just to let us, give us what they can offer, particularly those new ones. Before the old ones, I think they are already blended. They know what we are looking for, both in the field here and off the field. And I believe with what is happening now, I think the response, be the first training sessions, we have already have more than 30, and we are targeting 35. From the last phase, we gave the names of 35 players, a list of 35 players that we resume. And we are not here now to screen again. This is not time for screening of players. It's time for blending. So I want Nigeria to understand that there's no time for us. So what we are trying to do is to keep on blending. When we say blending or tactics, it's all about orientation and reorientation. So when they are used to it, at the end of the day, I think we'll be able to get it right.
We're all looking forward to seeing the Under-20 team, the Flying Eagles, do so well for Nigeria when they begin their campaign at the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Now, away from football, but let's talk about something very similar, which is rugby. As we have joining us live now, the president of the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation, no other person than Dr. Ademolare. Thank you for joining us on Sports Reel this Tuesday.
My pleasure. Good morning.
Beautiful. It's the first time I'm seeing you this year. And of course, I know that Happy New Year is very much in order.
Same to you.
All right. Talking about the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation, we know that it was an eventful year for you in the year 2022. Now, we're in 2023. You are going to give us a quick recap of what happened in 2022. What will it be?
Yes, thank you very much. Rugby in Nigeria in the year 2022 faced many challenges. We had to do the election. After the election, the infighting among different stakeholders. And more challenging to us was the ban placed by the world body on Nigerian rugby due to, in quotes, government intervention. We were able to surmount most of these challenges, not all. We were able to have the Congress. After that was where the Constitution was approved. We had in attendance the Nigerian Olympic Committee, the ministry's rep, and a representative of the international body. All these were present. And apart from that, we were able to go into the very difficult terrain process of fulfilling the conditions for reinstatement by the international body. We were able to scale through that. And the support of the Honorable Minister, Chief Sunday Dare, was of great importance along this line, and also the President of the NOC. All the board members, we worked tirelessly, and at the end of the day, we were happy that the Nigeria was reinstated back into the fold. Also, under the ban, we were able to visit Kenya for the Safari Sevens. We went there to test run the waters, and we were able to do our best, but we were very, very much rusty, despite the fact that we brought in 3 foreign-based athletes. So the pointer to this is we need to develop what we have at home. We cannot rely on the foreign-based athletes all the time. So we need to sit down, have proper programs with necessary finance, and we should get going.
All right, quite interesting to know that you did a lot of work to ensure that a solid foundation was laid for the Federation in 2022. Now, it's a new year, 2023. What are the prospects for you?
Yes, rugby for me, as a member of the board, not necessarily the president, we have a lot of prospects beginning from this year. Like I always say, give us the first 1 year, let us solve our teething problems. And you will agree with me that majorly what federations, the most difficult situation federations face, or the challenge, is the issue of funding. And we are trying to ensure that this should not be a stumbling block to some of our programs. We might not be able to get it right 100%, but I can assure you that we are going to hit the ground running. On this note, we were able to, it must be noted that we signed an MOU with SYDA and then the Africa Sports Connect in South Africa. They actually came down to Nigeria. They are very much interested in what we are doing. They believe in our ability. And when they came, they were so happy with what they saw on ground. We hope that with their support and the government of the federal government through the Ministry of Sports, we should be able to clear some of these programs beginning from February.
Quite interesting, Mr. President. I must commend you and your board for the efforts you're putting in. Now, let's talk about how you're stepping up the campaign, towards gaining more popularity for rugby in Nigeria. For the year 2023, what are the plans?
Yes, the first basic step which we took was the organization of a seminar for our coaches and the referees. Take it from me, even no matter what we do, if you don't have the proper or well-trained and coordinated officials, we'll just be wasting our time. They will give wrong foundation to these younger ones. We were able to do that, and like I said, as early as February, we want to ensure that we have anti-doping and medical seminar. We're still dilly-dallying whether in Abuja or Asaba, but because of the National Youth Games, if it is going to take place, then it is better everybody moves to Asaba so that we can have the seminar there. Immediately after that, we are really trying to see that we have national competitions, especially for the female, both male and female. Even if we can get 10 teams to come together, we need to start creating awareness. We cannot do it alone except members of the media, the press. I have to befriend you by fire, by force. There is nothing I can do about that. You are a very, very important stakeholder in this business. And we want to go to all the zones to make sure we do grassroots sports. And you'll be seeing more of school children coming to see rugby during our competitions, because it is what you see that you start developing interest in. It is not just talking, but when you see people playing, and it's not an elitist sport, it is open to everybody. Then we have the Congress in South Africa. I think in March 18th, it's going to be an elective Congress. Though we might not really go out to contest a particular post, but I can tell you, Nigeria's influence will be felt at that place so that we can get along with everybody, but the right thing needs to be done.
What more can I say, Mr. President? You look to be walking the talk, which is quite interesting. Well done, and thank you for all you do for the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation.
Thank you very much.
All right, and thank you so much for joining us on Sports Reel this Tuesday. And all the best with what you've planned to do for this year.
Thank you.
All right, I've been speaking with the president of the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation, Dr. Ademolare, speaking about the achievements in the past year and, of course, the prospects for the new year 2023. Now, it's time for us to bring to you an aggregation of the trending sports stories around the world. And this week, Peter Oibo will be our guide.
We begin today on doping, as more than a dozen doping cases from Kenya were revealed January 2023 after the Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya adopted the 2021 Anti-Doping Code that now allows them to release the names of athletes involved in doping. 800 meters Indo-African record holder Michael Sorani Kumari Taki, a 2016 World Junior Champion in the 1,500 meters, Matthew Sawe, African high jump champion in 2016, were the latest athletes banned for doping in Kenya. In another development, Michaela Schifrin has equaled the women's record for World Cup scheme with 82nd win of her career. Michaela finished 0.77 seconds ahead of field giant slalom to claim an 8th win of the season. The two-time Olympic gold medalist is now only 4 World Cup victories short of the overall record held by Sweden's Ingemar Stigmark. Schifrin is the reigning overall Women's World Cup champion with 4 Crystal Global titles in her career and comfortably leads this year's overall standings. And finally, to boxing, British-Nigeria boxer Anthony Joshua has been advised to work hard ahead of his proposed fight against Deontay Wilder as he returns to the ring. The 33-year-old Joshua suffered defeat via a split decision to Alexander Usyk in his last outing in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. After losing the WBA, WBO, IBF, and IBO heavyweight to Usyk, Joshua is expected to have multiple fights in 2023, and that is Titbits. I am Peter Oibo.
And with that, we've come to the end of Sports Reel this Tuesday. As always, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. Do not forget that the Nigeria Premier Football League is back and is very much live on NTA. And let me tell you again that for your unlimited sports content, NTA Sports 24 on Star Times, StarSat, and Free TV is your best option. Till next time I'll be back on the show, just like I will always say, be yourself and please do stay out of trouble. I am Bade Adeleye. See you again.